All right, guys, lock in. Obviously, it's a real special night tonight because we're honoring one of our own. Coach Peck's going to be the first member in the Findlay Prep Hall of Fame tonight, which we told you guys about. All right? Coach Peck has got a few words here he'd like to share with you guys.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate this. It's an honor. You know, again, it's never been about one person. This isn't about me. It's always been a program. It's always been a program. And I always give credit, you know, the key guys that got it are those guys in the banners out there that you see, the Averys, the Corys, the Tristans, the Jorges, and those guys. Those are the ones. You're in those shoes now. You know, hopefully you guys will be up there in banners, and I'm sure some of you will, you know. But nonetheless, everybody has a role in it, and it's significant. You're a part of, you know, again, a small circle. You're the select few. You know, it's like a badge of honor. Out of respect for the guys that sat in those chairs and were in those shoes years before you, and most importantly, out of respect for the game, play it the right way. Play it the right way. Do the right things, play it the right way. Don't let up, still play hard, and go after it. That's when the ball gets jumped, it's competition. It's about winning and producing. And that's your responsibility as players. Okay? I appreciate you having me.
I was just fortunate to be in the position I was in, you know, to kind of take the reins and kind of, you know, through the growth and the start of it all, you know, for it to be put in, you know, on our shoulders and in our hands to kind of to go with it and run with it. You know, it's something that you just, you know, you put your head down and you just start digging. There's a difference between being ready and being prepared. Everybody's ready to win. Everybody's ready to play. But the real question is, are you prepared?
Together, 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
Number 5 would be the same year, my last year, the Hoop Hall of Fame out east in Springfield, Massachusetts, when we played Chicago Simeon.
Ashley, all alone. He's going to finish.
They had Jabari Parker. It was a nationally televised game on ESPN, and we came out, again, without Anthony Bennett, who was still injured, and we won by 25. I mean, so right out of the gate, our guys just stepped up and put it on them. And, you know, anytime you can do that, because, again, Simeon was a ranked team. They were in the top, I want to say the top 5 or top 10 at least. And obviously, Jabari Parker, a lottery pick, ultimately was as talented of a player as we've ever faced. So to come out on that stage and get it done the way we did really meant a lot. 2 years earlier, 2009, 2010, same event, Hoop Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts versus St. Pat's, when they had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and Kyrie Irving. And that was the year we had Corey and Tristan. So we were kind of going head-to-head position-wise with our 2 and their 2. And we ended up pulling out a 1-point win, went right down to the wire. But again, our guys stepped up, you know, against some travel conditions that were pretty tough, getting in late the night before the game, not getting as much sleep as we would have liked, and going on national television and, you know, coming out with a big win was huge against a well-coached St. Pat's team with some very good talent, obviously. The 2009-2010 championship over Montverde.
And Findlay Prep will repeat as the champions here at the NHSI. 59-46.
To be honest, the first time when I first transferred to Findlay, I was like, okay, we can win the national championship. I seen the team, I seen what they had. I was like, we can win the national championship. But doing it twice, nah, that wasn't even close to my rearview mirror. So just having that done was just, fantastic. And what more could I ask?
Anytime you're cutting down the nets and you get in a ring, that's huge. So that was big. And plus, it was a little bit of a redemption game. We were faced up against Montverde again, who had beaten us at their place earlier that year. Tristan got hurt in the first quarter, rolled his ankle, and was out for about a week and a half after that, so we didn't really play them at their place full strength. And it came down to a last-second shot that could have tied it. We missed, and we ended up losing to them 64-61 at their place. And then being able to go through the rest of the season and get matched with them in the championship game was a moment that we kind of didn't take lightly, and we were fortunate to get a rematch.
Yeah, we got our revenge. Let's go. We told them we'd go get our revenge, and we got it.
Coach Peck said, once it's in the books, you can't change history, but opportunities like this don't come too much around, playing the same team twice. So we knew that we had to take advantage of it, and, we tried to get the win, and that's what happened.
The NHSI championship against Montverde again. The comeback.
And off we go, and Montverde has the basketball to start.
Montverde wants to play this game at a fast pace. They know they can't slow it down against the bigger, stronger Findlay Prep inside.
It was like we got the tip, and then a couple plays went by, and then I hit a shot. And then I thought we was all about to start rolling, like everybody was cheering.
Future Oregon Duck Dominic Artis, who's really taken the scoring load over with Bennett.
And then they scored like 10 in a row. And next thing I looked up, it was 14-2.
Casey Hill comes right back to tie us at 4.
We'll come down, we'll get a layup, and then they'll come down, dribble some time off the clock, and then
Frazier, back-to-back threes.
this is how we're going to go out, you know what I'm saying? This is what we done worked hard for, to get beat like this.
I'll tell you, I know the score, 29-44 in the third. They hit a 3 to make it 44. And then I thought, if we get it to 9, under 10, it's still at a stage with time-wise where it's like, And just as I thought that, it went to 9.
Dominic Artis got met at the rim. He got the
The next thing I thought was, is this happening? But the way and the fashion in which we did it, against basically all the odds, when people would have left the building, and the casinos here in Vegas probably would have been like, oh, there's no way in heck. We managed to overcome a 16-point deficit with, I want to say, right around under 4 minutes to go, and came out with a win. It was unbelievable.
Welcome to the ESPN Rise National High School Invitational Finals.
You're number 1 against number 2. The high school basketball world has waited for this matchup, and now it's here.
You couldn't ask for a better matchup. We have the best high school teams in the country with the most talent squaring off today.
Obviously, the first championship. I mean, that's like having your first child. I mean, there's nothing that's going to trump that.
Inbounds. Joseph will watch it expire. The 2 seed has knocked off the top-ranked and top-seeded Oak Hill Warriors. 74-66.
I mean, and you did it undefeated. And, there's a few ands with that. And you did it against Oak Hill. Perhaps the most storied, most successful program in high school basketball history. And you did it on national television.
Well, I saw you put the zone into effect. Tell us what your thought was of playing a zone against Oak Hill.
Well, I think we just wanted to give them a different look, something to stymie them maybe a little bit that they didn't expect or see, draw maybe Tiny away and frustrate him, because we didn't feel that they were throwing it into him, and that's what happened. Tiny ended up being on the wing and got him away from the basket, and then we were able to rebound some of those long shots and misses.
We were in control. most of that game. I mean, we got up by a good amount. Now, they kind of made a good comeback because obviously, like any good team with good players, they're going to do that. They mounted a little comeback that made it a little interesting at the end, but nonetheless, we still had a good, comfortable margin where we were able to close it out.
I just think it's a great accomplishment. You know what people forget, not only they win the national championship, but they went undefeated. That's an incredible feat. Playing hard is really up to the coach. Most teams won't play hard on their own. They have to be coached. They have to be drilled that way in practice, and that's a reflection on Mike. I think he's done a great job.
One of the stars, Mr. Avery Bradley. What do you say for him, fellas, huh? Yeah!
We won't probably fully understand the impact and the significance of that one win and what that does and will do for the future of the program. You know, I think with each passing year, you get a better understanding and a better feel, but the impact that had on the future generations of the program, you got to the top of Everest. I mean, you conquered the climb. You know, I think that obviously helped in the future of the program. You know, success breeds success. Not that win guarantees you the next win, but what it does is it helps you attract players at that level that want to taste and feel the same thing that those guys did. So now you've got, like anything I've always said, it's about players. You need the right players, you need talent, and you know, obviously our guys have made me a better coach just because they're good and they buy in, and we've managed to win a good chunk of games.
You got to switch under. You can't go over the top and then switch and say, oh, okay? Make sure.
It's amazing to think that 2 years has gone by that, you know, that I've been out of it, but it was a great chapter in my life from a personal and professional standpoint. I'm in a good spot this year because I can kind of be around it but not be, you know, the guy where the buck stops here, because, you know, as much as I enjoy going and talking with Andy and that staff and being around it, there's an element that, you know, that was a great chapter, but that chapter is done and gone. It's, you know, I've moved on from it. Obviously, 2 years with the Trailblazers in the D-League was a tremendous learning experience that made me a better coach. There were things that I learned in those 2 years that I otherwise wouldn't have learned had I stayed at Findlay. So, like I always used to say sometimes, especially toward the end, we'd walk into events and I'd say, you know what, I'd like to be that guy over there in the 15th row in the middle with a bag of popcorn where there's, hey, he can just watch and enjoy the game. You know, you know what, that's what I'm going to be this year. At games that I go to, college games and Findlay games, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to get my bag of popcorn, I'm going to sit up there and enjoy it.